Blitz Muffin, welcome back to the channel. Doing another historical recreation. It's been a little while, more so just doing a historical battle against tanks that existed versus tanks, I guess, that existed from Axis versus Allies. We might do some like alternate reality of historical battles of just like, you know, Britain versus, you know, US historical tanks. In these, we don't use any repair kits. It's okay to use adrenaline, try to have camos off and things of that nature, just to make it as realistic as possible. You get a crew member, an engine, or something knocked out, and it's knocked out for the rest of the game. So it makes it a bit more challenging, adds a bit more realism, I think, to the element of the game. Doing Germany Axis tanks versus Russia Allied tanks in this. So yeah, just kind of a mix of Tiger 2s, Panthers, Tiger 131s, and then on the Russian side, T-34s, KV-1s, and all of them kind of altered for the most part. Never perfect, but for the most part, had people use the either stock turrets, stock cannons to make it as realistic as possible. So really, really love these. So it looks like we've got the Tigers, the Germans down in the town, more of the Russians up here on the hill. The Tigers are making their approach, coming up the hill to finish off just these last two Russian tanks. Things did not look like they panned out too well. We tried doing some balancing as much as we can on the German team. Since they did have a tier 8, they did have 2 less tanks. So it's never perfect, but according to how one game goes, the next round we'll do some changes to try and balance it out and make it as fair as possible. This poor T-34. Trying to circle the Tiger as much as he can. And that was the first round. Germany wins. So great game. If any of you guys want to help with the vids, everyone is more than welcome to. Just get the movie crew roll on the Discord server. That way you can get the announcements when we do the rooms. The map we just have on random. So it just decided to do what kind of looks like New York. Almost looks like the Empire State Building there just in front. Don't even think I've noticed that before. So this, I guess this battle is almost kind of like Germany and Russia trying to take New York. Just trying to be careful, peek out from around those sides. There's always a couple ways of doing this. I mean, I think for the most part when people are playing the game, it's just whenever you get a shot off, get the shots off. Some people may play the tactic of, okay, we need to get the Tiger 2 out of the stronger tanks first, and then the rest will follow. Or let's knock out all the weak tanks first, and then we can all focus on the strong one at the end. So a little bit of ring around the rosy here, or Marco Polo, as some people like to call it in the game. Germans coming up here on behind the Russians. Ooh, putting himself in a pretty good position to flank them, put them in a bad spot. Gives the Germans a little bit of the high ground, making their armor a little bit harder to penetrate. And that cannon on the ISU-152 is the original cannon that was used during the war. It didn't have that massive, I think it's called like the BL-10 cannon, as they do in Blitz. So Germany's doing quite well. I thought this might have balanced it out a little bit more, having some tier 8s on the Russian side. But tank destroyers do have a little bit of a disadvantage compared to heavies, with more heavy tanks having more hit points, more armor. And then with the tank destroyers like the ISU, they are typically the ones with the best cannons, but being that they're using stock cannons, they have less armor, less hit points. Maybe it wasn't as fair as we had thought. So going to change it up here a little bit more. See if we can make this a bit more fair for the Russian side. All right, looks like we got the Germans going in here to the town area. Pretty good place, considering they do have a lot more heavy tanks. And it looks like the Russian tanks may be cutting in here into the town as well. Bit of a difficult situation here moving around this cap area. A lot of tanks end up being just a little taller than this platform, making it a bit easy to get shot and penetrated from. So having to play just a bit more carefully. You can see just over just some of these platforms, not quite high enough, this Tiger 131 just able to take some shots at that KV-1, getting some bounces frontally of that KV-1 turret. It's pretty hard to penetrate. Getting some pretty good shots in. Excellent shot on that Tiger 131, just moving back and forth. Those little gaps like that, especially if the enemy, most people, I think it comes standard with the auto aim on. If you move back and forth through a small little opening and taking shots at the enemy like that, if they have the auto aim on, it totally throws their aim off, or can quite a bit, making them be able to miss that, which is why I always like to have the auto aim ability to turn it on or off, because I love the auto aim ability when I'm driving around like in a light or medium tank in third person view, getting shots off tanks or flanking. But you also have these moments where you've got these little areas or places you're trying to shoot tanks, and all it takes is for them to move back and forth, and that auto aim can actually work against you. So Germany's still doing quite well. Russia only having, let's see, actually, Germany, sorry. I was looking at the score completely wrong. Russia doing actually much, much better here. 2 German tanks down, or sorry, 2 Russian tanks down, 1 German tank left. So excellent, excellent fight. It really changes up the game quite a bit, making it a bit different, not being able to use repair kits or anything. I almost feel like it adds a little bit of a War Thunder experience, because for those that play War Thunder, you get things shot out in your tank. Yeah, you can kind of repair them, but, well, let's see. I'm trying to think. I guess you can stop and get your tank repaired. It does take a while. It doesn't work nearly as fast as the repair kits in Blitz. But your tank can get pretty messed up, especially your crew members, I believe, are much harder to replenish or bring back. And yeah, it really has an effect on your tank's performance. So pretty smart position here, getting over on the flank, being able to get some side shots. These Panthers doing a great job. This side area really can put, especially since the entire Russian team is on that one side of the map, it really leaves them a bit exposed to these Panthers shooting across the map at them. A lot of them, unfortunately, not having a lot of cover here, putting them in a very, very bad spot. And the reload of those KV-2s can be quite slow. Germans doing pretty well here. We've even incorporated a IS-2. So fun to see this. We've done these nation versus nation vids, but not in a historical recreation capacity with different stock cannons, tanks that only existed, no repair kits. I could see that maybe being fun. You'll have to let me know what you guys think. So excellent job. Germany definitely came out on top, trying to do as much balancing as we could as possible, making it fair, but great job by both sides. Hope you guys enjoyed the vid. This is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.